Hey, here's Joe again and welcome back to Dark Souls 3, where we are at the Cairn of the First Flame, where we defeated the final boss because we want to enter the second DLC. And I came here because I just like this view of this crumbled place. Let's go down to the other flame so that we can enter the second DLC. And I find that this spot is particularly good for doing so, because it bears some wild resemblance. Let's see that in a second, when the game finally loaded. And we come out, and we are at the crumpled place. Judging by the looks of it, not very far from where the cairn lies. But we are here now. In Dreg Heaps. Who are you? Neon. The Dreg Heap.
Oh, your head's square on your shoulders, is it? I thought that clambering tin can was the last, but here we go again. What is it you want from this old stone-amped hag? I've nothing for you, not a smithereen. I just like to stand here and take in the view.
So she says there's a clunky guy, so an armored guy, was coming through here before. Interesting. Does that building move over there? I'm not having hallucinations, do I? That's moving. That's creepy. Are there more moving buildings? Huh. Okay, that's really creepy. I have business with you.
Well, that came out of nowhere. You think an old stone-amped hag would be brimming with goodies?
Yes.
I've none of that, not a smithereen. At the close of the Age of Fire, all lands meet at the end of the earth. Great kingdoms and anemic townships will be one and the same. The great tide of human enterprise, all for naught. That's why I'm so taken by this grand sight. This must be what it's like to be a god.
The texture that's moving behind there is repeating. It's again the same tower with the same light on the side building.
Oh, if you just can't stop yourself, at least hear this. Far below, there's a deep, dark hole carved out of a tree. From time to time, voices brim from the depths of the cavity even now. Mutterings of the very demon that Prince Lorien spoke of, I'm sure. Horrible sounds of an afflicted thing, yet cursing men. At the close of the age, this...
Okay, so somewhere will be a tree with a hole in it, and from there we can hear the demon that Prince Lorien spoke about. And if we remember the item description, good that it was only 2 days ago now, that I fought Lord Thurkin Lorien, so I remember the item description of Lorien's Greatsword. He killed the demon prince, is what is in the item description. Let's see what you sell. A split-leaf greatsword. Why would anyone want to use that? It has a wind wheel thingy. Spin... Okay, so this is a helicopter blade. Got you. Okay.
Keep your marbles intact, love. At least until I lose mine.
Okay. And over there we have the same sun that shines over the end of the game. That's why I wanted to be here. I wanted to go this way into going here. Because that makes far more sense than coming from the other DLC. Read message. Take the plunge. And we see Gale pointing us down, guiding us through this world. Making us miss items. Poop. And we landed in like a snow heap, so a bit like it's a bit like could we have gone down from that to a snow heap down there? We might try that. Also, there's a dead dragon down there. So it's a bit like Assassin's Creed with like the hay things for breaking your fall. Okay, let's try fire first. Dark might also be okay. Ah, down there. There's one guy swinging his freaking summoner staff. That's a waste of resources. And these guys, they are really dangerous. I won't take that item, I know that from DLC 2, that it's not good to take items on ledges. Let's go the other way first. Where did you all of a sudden come from? Do you also have a staff and want to summon guys? Oh god. Okay, so far so easy. Nothing here. Let's go to where the... I was pretty blind not seeing you before. I should really compare the damage of the fire against the dark. Is this... Yes, we could have dropped directly from the Hector here. Good to know. But then we wouldn't be near the summoner. Okay, let's explore further. Guy up there. Taking okay-ish damage. You like Blackfire Orbs better? Nope. You are resistant to that. Goodbye. Dropping Titanite chunks. I need 6 of them to upgrade the parting flame that we found in the other DLC. He was set up to ambush us when we came here. We still need 3 more to upgrade the parting flame. The alternative pyromancy flame we found in DLC 1 by defeating that one guy. Aquamarine dagger. By defeating that one invader above where the Champion Grave Tender boss fight was. An Aquamarine dagger, that's a new weapon. Why am I looking up there? Daggers are down here. Crystal Blade. Release magic from the aquamarine crystals, creating a fleeting blue crystal blade, lengthy enough to swing as a straight sword. It's a transformation weapon. Going back to the basics of Bloodborne, I see. Okay, let's get that item then, because it's the only way to go forward. I wanted to get the item before falling down. Be wary of hollow. That's roller catching me, that hollow. Sorcerer, huh? One-shotting me. He transforms into a freaking thing that just bullet shoots itself at me. Okay. I think I missed a bonfire in there. I think I missed a bonfire in there. Okay, I'm going still from here. But you see the resemblance now and why I came here instead of to the other DLC entrance. He transformed himself into a big humanity thing that leapt at me. Not nice, not nice. Maybe I spawned directly at a thing, and that's why I didn't at a bonfire, and that's why I didn't think about lighting it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, so that other thing was reachable from directly here, yeah? Yeah. Hi. Bye. Goodbye. Okay, that's that one guy. Now we need to be certainly aware of guys spawning directly underneath me. And above me, apparently. That's Twinklies. This spawned something. I managed to stagger it by rolling over it when it spawned in. Soul of a Weary Joe, that's nice. I like finding Souls of a Weary Joe, although they're only 5k. Also over here, yeah. It's way too high damage output for such a simple looking enemy. I feel like that's way too much. Where? I don't see it. Ah! Spawning above me. Had to safety chuck there. Murky hand Scythe. That's the weapon that they use when they crawl out of the ground. Let's see the Murky hand Scythe. Murky hand Scythe. Why am I going down? I sold so many weapons. It's a short list now. Of course, it's with the daggers. Enveloped by a blank dampness and imbued with the strength of dark. It's a dark sickle with mediocre damage. Good to know. He tried to grab me. Let's try the other damage kind. Okay, that if I didn't roll that, that would have killed me again. Okay, that doesn't one-shot them, so we're definitely going with the Great Chaos Fire Orb. That could be a false friend, though. So let's see. Ah, Gale again, take the plunge. Moonlight Butterfly, huh? Do you know where I am? Apparently not. Going back into standard. Into not standard. What do you call it? Idle. And I'll also go here. Don't see enemies spawning. I won't go around that corner. I'm not stupid. Getting lightning urns here. Entering a place. Tough enemy ahead, it says. I see 2 tough enemies ahead. Those are just Loverick Knights. Try losing sanity. Did he just buff the other fuckers? You were 2-shot before. You are still 2-shot. Dropping 2 Titanite chunks and 1 Titanite chunk. That's enough to upgrade the Parting Flame. Good. So that we can compare the damage and also what I read up about the effect that it does a little combustion while wielding. Okay. There's the Soul of a Crest for a Knight. So this must be like a misplaced place of that's somewhere in Lothric Castle. I assume they're like now mixing and matching stuff together. It's normally not really together. Okay. Okay. Those two died. Rest coins. Okay. Ladder to be kicked down. Okay. That's a summoner. No, that's just the normal mage guy. That doesn't necessarily need to be a summoner. And if it were a summoner, we wouldn't get souls from the other guy. They're infinitely spawning. Okay, move onwards. Move onwards. Move onwards. Move onwards. Double staircase? Hidden? No. Hidden wall? No. What the fuck? Roll blocking. There! There's the hidden door. Fuck. I see it. I see the hidden door. Okay. Good. We can now just run straight through everything again. We're making our... That was close. That definitely was supposed to be a run and not a dodge. So we can just run past all of these because we then go here. We go here. Takes a while for the freaking thing to spawn in. And we're safe. And we're safe again. Good! Makes it easy to run back this verticality that the level has. This one will be 3-shot, of course, because he's holding his shield up. But apparently did take extra damage during that last lava prop. And they're consistently dropping a huge number of Titanite chunks. That's good. Okay, over here. So these two didn't respawn. Transform. I should really take a look at the statue and compare this statue to the statue that is on the place where the Winged Knight is patrolling around stuff. Because maybe if I can compare architecture, I can get how places look before entering them. We already saw that there were multiple spawning here, but that here looked like a rollable door. Yep. That's the freaking summoner. You over there, transform, please. Or are you normal staff bearer? Embers. Let's go up here so that we can activate that shortcut for later. Activate shortcut. Activate shortcut. Thank you. The other one despawned by hitting. They respawn. Fuck, fuck, fuck. The other question is... Ooh! Do these summoners respawn? Great soul dregs. That's the spell that was just hurled at us. Assume it's a spell? Yeah. Sorcery is the highest form of deep soul. Some of the merkmen who rise from the depths are possessed by soul dregs, which have a great likeness to the human form. That's dark sorcery for those who want to use it. Like the soul dregs was the spell you could get from the demon soul, the deacon's soul. I saw you there. By the way, I have a melee weapon. The last DLC provided me with the insight to take one with me for safety measures. Now, whatever, die. Die. Need Ashen. Run around the corner. I like the running R1 overhead. That one. Still difficult to hit enemies that are on the ground. Did he change his weapon and with that stood up? It looked a bit like it. We get a Murky longstaff. We'll be looking at that weapon in a second. I always hated enemies that are crawling on the ground because they are the hardest to hit. Murky longstaff. Should be with the staffs down here. With the spears, I mean. It isn't. There it is with the staffs. Slathered by black murkiness and fit for dark sorceries. Briefly boost the strength of dark sorcery specifically. Okay. And has good base scaling. And has... It's basically better... thing for dark sorcery is a better staff. Got that guy. Okay. He was spawned in by the others. Oh! That tells me I should go up there and go to that balcony. We have acquired a good number of souls, so the enemies in this DLC again give endgame souls amount, not mid-game souls amounts like in the first DLC. Oh! I was so worried about taking too much falling damage here. Covetous Silver Serpent Ring +3. The +3 variant in NG1. You normally get it, like the +3 variants in NG Plus and NG +2. I'm talking about Dark Souls 3 now, not about Dark Souls 2 where you obviously got them before. Something hit that tower which toppled over. We couldn't see anything hitting that tower, but we'll be looking back at that in a second. First of all, we want to cross this gap to over here and kill you. Non-respawning enemy commanding these moonlight butterflies and dropping twinkling titanites. So now there's no moonlight butterfly anymore. So we could take the drop here, take the plunge. Yeah, that's not really a plunge, that's a normal drop what I would have taken regardless. But this will be where we'll be going later, because now the time is ripe to go around the upper way, since that moonlight butterfly thing is now dead. And I'm pretty certain they are not called moonlight butterflies, but that will be what I call them. There are far away floating magic thingies that you have. What did make you spawn all of a sudden? I have been here before. Oh. Ring of Steel Protection +3. So this DLC, it's definitely useful to go every single way and look and search every nook and cranny, because +3 is best for everything. I don't need a Steel Protection Ring. I am not afraid of normal damage. And this is what I didn't see. The toppling tower destroying this. Giving us access to something else over here. Oh, should also look under this, if there's items. But here we see the clunky guy that was mentioned by the Ortag.
Oh, look at you. You've got your head screwed on correct. Fantastic. To meet a kindred spirit on this god's forsaken crag. Call me Lap. I can't remember my real name, so let's just go with that. I have a feeling we're going to make a fabulous team. Oh, you'll see. You'll see.
It's Lab. No, I am using that for starting episodes, so we're using this. I can't talk to NPCs while doing a gesture.
In all honesty, there's something I should tell you. I'm hollow. Yes.
The first honest person ever.
But I haven't a clue about my past, who I was, or what I lived for. Not even my own blessed name. That's why I've come here, searching for the Purging Monument. Said to be in the Ringed City, where the pygmies who found the dark soul at the Dawn of Fire reside. All I can say is, those little stones aren't doing much to help me remember anymore.
So he's talking about the purging stones, as the little stones, where you can cure hollowing with them by using them to make you look more human again, which isn't really useful if you're dying as much as I am, so I'm not using that to look better. But for others, it's a perfectly viable thing.
Well, that's the long and short of it. So if I completely forget who you are, don't be wroth with me. Come on, what else can I say? I'm a bloody hollow, for heaven's sake. Well, so come on.
He's a hollow. Okay, Lab. We'll remember Lab for later. For now, we'll have to do this drop. Can you transform yourself, please? Apparently not. That created something living over there. Okay, what is down here? Don't really see many enemies. Where are you coming from? At least they're all one shot. These dark dregs. Okay, we could use this to drop past whatever's over here. What am I not seeing? There's something big. Ah, it's one of those guys again. We could jump down that way. They drop from somewhere to here. Yeah, you can take 2 extra hits from that. Should have used that against Ariandel in the last DLC. Okay, we'll have to rerun that to go that way, because we now want to go this way. But only if there is this. Only way to go. Okay. One of them again. Hopefully not mixing and matching both types, please. Okay, that should kill him. Where is aggroed behind the corner? Apparently no one. I'll ignite him. I have to move around more to lure more of them into the lava pool. That would actually work pretty fine. Sorcerer. Was that the summoner? Was that the summoner or? No, summoner is somewhere else. I don't know where to go. Let's go here. Pre-lightning infused Greatsword, great. Okay. Now sort of a weary Joe. I assume the other side would have led me to some other lower place. Still haven't found the summoner for this group of enemies. And haven't found more enemies. Okay, let's grab this item. The Lothric War Banner. We can now take the plunge down. Okay, from that other side. We could have... Okay, there are no lower parts to this on the other side, so taking the plunge down would also lead to the same place where we are supposed to plunge now, as Gale says to us. But the Lothric War Banner, let's see what that is. It's a spear with this very special ability. It once carried the Lothric crest and guided the knights long ago. The tip of the pole is fitted with a sharply pointed decoration, letting it serve as a spear. Wave the flagpole high in the air like the days of yore, summoning an ethereal war banner that invigorates the attack of those who gather under it. So I have a group buff war banner now. That's really good for co-op. Let's just drop. Whoa! I didn't take the right point of drop, but no problemo. No problemo. This is looking weird though. It's like a huge windmill toppled over with like some... There's a bonfire there, but I'm afraid I'll never be able to go up again when I don't go up now. That's like a thief here, but that's a toppled over windmill. That's interesting. Let's go over here then. Okay, there's nothing here. And we could have gone up this from the bonfire, I think. Could go over to the other side from here. Which then in turn won't have a way to go up again, I think. This is our vantage point for them, if we want one. There is no item on this outer rim. Okay. Okay, let's try to hit them with AoE pyromancies. They can't path to me. That's why they're standing still. It's weird how enemies behave when they can't path, like all those Lothric knights and all enemies that are... most enemies that are like... I'm always wanting to say alive, but it's not alive. That are conscious. Those are... moving like left and right when you when they can't pass through you. Earthen Peak Ruins. It's Earthen Peak from Dark Souls 2. They're like moving left and right to simulate like them not finding the way towards attacking you. Okay, we met that clunky guy.
Strange little lad you are. What on earth?
Inquire of the Ringed City.
Why, where did you hear that name, love? Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you what I know. The Ringed City is said to be at World's End. Past this heap of rubbish as far as one can go. But you'd better think twice. The forsaken Ringed City was walled off by the gods to contain the pygmies.
The furtive pygmies.
And the dark soul is better left
Dark soul.
well alone.
I didn't know that she'd have this
Don't
specific
listen.
interaction. But that's perfect that I came back. Oh, by the way, she spoke of a fucking tree, a hole in a tree, and I see that tree there, but I'm looking like over at the landscape. I'm looking over there and I'm thinking, well, that's some roots coming out of a rock. But no, it's a tree. How didn't I see the freaking tree? Whatever. It's only 70k souls. We can make this run, can't we? Just want to go to the other side of that. Goodbye. He tried the grab attack. Did miss. This guy did not respawn. Okay. Do you now spawn every time I come here or only when I try to go around the corner? Only when I try to go around the corner. Good. You here. You still here? What are you praying to this time around? It's always the worst timing when my stamina's running out right the moment he starts to get wrecked. These dropping Titanite chunk is so great because they are like worth a lot and I can sell them for so much and I'm not planning on using like 20 more items. So it's great that I got like 18 chunks out of this DLC already. Okay, that side had no other paths to go. Also, it didn't have a summoner, so there's no need to go the upper path there. Does the summoner spawn here, though? Where I saw that there was one of the big armor guys spawning here. Don't know if they respawn. Don't want to go like here before I... That's the split leaf Greatsword, by the way. So you might even be able to do the attacks that they do. I couldn't look behind me and it was weird feeling. But he drops chunks only. Meh. That's all we get from defeating that guy? I mean, we still get that one item over there. Homeward Bones. Great. Was it worth that for Homeward Bones? Yeah, we can just jump down to Earthen Peak from here. Now we're landing perfectly in the circle. So that thing was above the thing where we jumped down the last time around. Okay. Good to know. Lab? What's Lab doing here?
Oh, I know who you are. Great to see you still in one piece. I can see why they call this the Dreg Heap at the world's end. Mangled remnants from every age and every land. It actually sort of lends credence to the old rumors that the ringed city rests below it all. Don't mind me. You needn't worry yourself with this nonsense. I just wanted to tell someone, and I'm sick of old Humpty. I should stay quiet. Wait, I'll make it up to you. By letting you in on a secret of sorts. Past here, you'll find the remains of a giant earthen tower, half submerged in a poisonous swamp.
Bruh.
Not a very nice place to visit. Only, there's precious treasure in the thick of the swamp. I didn't have any use for it, you see. So, sorry, I left the whole package behind. If I get the chance, I could go fetch it for you. But if that's too long to wait, go nab it for yourself. I know who you are. A righteous warrior. Yes? With a solemn duty to boot. Well, grab that treasure. That's as good a duty as any. Past here, none of it. If I well grab.
Okay. So this nice guy is telling us about treasure. Let's go for that treasure. Couldn't be a trap, yeah? It's the nice guy telling us. Back to filing shrine for leveling. Reinforcing that parting flame to +10.
Do not be got what is.
So let's check how we can directly compare it here. Has 13 less spell buff. And its scaling is worse. But it has that parting flame thing. I mean, I don't really need the faster cast most of the time. I'll put it in my offhand. So now, I assume it eats souls while being active, and then at some point we can do left trigger. Which doesn't help me now because I was at full Estus and I didn't do it before, but that will cost 25 FP. How many do we have? 250, so 10%. Yeah, okay, that's okay. Good. Leveling up. Putting 2 levels into attunement to cast more spells, and yes, I popped Frida Soul for this. So, okay, next episode. We're gonna explore over yonder to the bottom of whatever this foreign tower is and the poisonous swamp that was mentioned by our friend Lep, onwards towards the ringed city. Have a nice day. See you then.